Hello and welcome back to WebcastNews, and welcome to a bit of a slightly different video today, where I'm just going to be looking at one news story, but look out later for another video on the channel today, which will be the more general and normal video where I talk about multiple stories. But for this video I want to talk about the shooting of two journalists live on air in Virginia. These journalists being 24-year-old Alison Parker and 27-year-old Adam Ward. Now, they worked for WDBJ7 and were sent out to Smith Mountain Lake, where they were to do an interview with Vicki Gardner. And this was on the 50th anniversary of a creation of a reservoir in that area. And this was early Wednesday morning, and the interview begins, but early on gunfire is heard, then the camera drops to the floor when Adam Ward is hit, and then Miss Parker tries to run away, and you can hear her screaming until the feed cuts back to the studio, where you then see a visibly shocked news anchor. And when the camera was on the ground, it caught a glimpse of the man responsible for this. And this was 41-year-old former reporter Vesta Flanagan, although was known as Bryce Williams when he worked for WDBJ7. Sadly, in this attack, both Alison Parker and Adam Ward were killed, and Vicki Gardner was hit in the back, but she went into surgery and has survived the attack. This is where Flanagan then tried to escape in a rented car, with his car already at the Virginia airport, in which he tried to get away. Police then caught him on the Interstate 66, and then his car crashed into a ditch, and police found that he had shot himself and confirmed that he was dead later on. And if this story just ended here, it would still be pretty tragic, but there's a lot more to this, and it's almost a mass minefield to go through. But here we go. It started off earlier this year, and as I said, Mr. Flanagan, although known as Bryce Williams at the time, was working for WDBJ7. He was then released from the company and told that he should seek medical attention on a mental issue that he had. And that was raining really heavily, so sorry if you can hear the rain outside. Then you jump forward to the 17th of June this year, when 21-year-old Dylan Roof went into a church in Charleston, America, and shot and killed 9 black people in a race war attack. And this, according to a 23-page manifesto that Flanagan wrote and faxed to ABC News, is what caused him to then do this attack that happened on Wednesday. He says that this was caused by a gun that he bought on the 19th of June, which was 2 days after the Charleston church shooting. And he said that the Charleston shooting sent him over the edge and was surprised that he hadn't done something beforehand. And then, of course, on Wednesday, he opened fire at possibly former colleagues of his, because it's likely that they were working there at the same time. And seemingly the only reason we can really see for him doing this was it was a deliberate act for it to be live on television, and that he wanted the attention on this. And that gets backed up when you hear that throughout this whole thing, he filmed his own perspective of the shooting, then posted an advertisement on Twitter for people to go and watch the video that he had posted on his Facebook. Obviously, I won't be linking or showing that video because it is very distressing. And then throughout the whole chase, he was updating his social media all the way up until his death. And in the manifesto, he did say that this was in reaction to the Charleston church shooting and was to try and spark the race war that Roof had wanted. And it is sad that someone had to answer this call for a supposed race war. But I think the best thing we can take out of this is that this act has actually brought people closer together than splitting people apart. And one other thing I want to put into this, I know that he had mental issues and was told to seek help, but from June 17th, when the Charleston church shooting happened, to August 26th, when he took out this action of killing the two journalists, was there no point in there where he thought this was probably a bad idea? Or is it just the point where you're so mentally unstable that you just do it? And it's also the point that he was so easily able to get a gun despite just months earlier being told to seek medical attention for mental issues. He is obviously mentally unstable, yet he still gets sold a gun. Surely something has to be done about this. I know I say a lot that gun laws should be changed in America. Again, possibly because I live in a country where not everyone can just have a gun. It's not a right. But I just think that there's got to be background checks before you can sell someone a gun. And obviously, this could be seen as a knee-jerk reaction to something that happens. And you will find that a lot in news, where something will happen and they will say, oh, this has got to change. And then it won't happen again and people will forget about it. But you've really got to look at the gun laws and obviously try and find something that's going to change something, because far too many people are getting killed. I did have one comment that mentioned how many lives it was saving, but think of how many lives it's taking as well. And so that's the main information so far on what's happened in this shooting, and also with my opinion, but I'm sure a lot of you watching this video will have your own opinion on this. So if you do, leave them in the comment section down below. And with that, that is it for this video. Remember, I did say there will be one later on today, hopefully. If you want to check out Wednesday's video, then hopefully there'll be a link around here somewhere. Also, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that would be brilliant. There is also a Twitter page for Webcast News, which is hopefully here. It's at Webcast News. And I've also created a new Facebook page, which you can like as well. That is Webcast News. And obviously, thank you for watching.